Houston, I think the McCanns have a problem. New life is being breathed into the 17-year-old case of missing 3-year-old Madeleine McCann, who went missing in May of 2007 while she was vacationing with her family in Portugal. Disclaimer notice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. All information in this video is not based on fact. It is all alleged, based upon my intuition, my opinion, what I believe my tarot cards are telling me. I encourage each and every one of you to do your own research, form your own opinions. After all, I'm just a blonde throwing cards. I'm going to try to make this very brief. You could do your own research online about this case, but what is coming out at this time is, okay, so this is a picture of the villa where they were staying. And there was a certain routine that the father, Gerry, who happened to be a doctor, had said that what they would do is after dinner, they would go back to the villa, the kids would get their baths, then they would go back out to the recreational area and stay out there till quite late sometimes, even as late as 8 p.m. Then they would go back, put the kids to bed, all 3 of them, and then they would go out to dinner. This night, though, here's where the first lie comes into play. The parents, Kate and Gerry, they claimed that it's just normal routine. But it wasn't. It later came out that they did not go to they did not take the kids back out after their baths because Madeleine was really exhausted. In fact, after dinner, she wanted carried back to the villa. She was really tired, and there's some other really disturbing things as well, such as Kate, she couldn't stand to have kids get up in the middle of the night. Doesn't matter if they had to go to the restroom or having a nightmare. And she did not like rowdy children. So she was given Madeleine a drug called Calpol. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I might not be. It's Calpol. And what this is, it kind of calms, and it has an ingredient in there that kind of works similar to a sedative. And over time, this builds up in the system and could cause, I forget the exact term for it, but it has to do with, over time, an overdose. And this is a theory that's going on out there during this investigation. And it is believed that this could have been what was going on with Maddie that night. Now, the second thing that seems to be inconsistent is a man named David Payne. Now, at first, the story was he never went to the apartment that night. Then it was by Kate says, oh, he showed up here for about 30 seconds. He never came in. He just knocked on the door. Are you coming down to play tennis? Then the story changed later on, a few months down the road, at some point, that he said, well, I did go in. I was in there for about 15 minutes. I can't remember what Kate was wearing or what the kids were wearing or anything like that. You know, I was around the apartment for a bit, and everybody looked happy and healthy. And then the third story came from Gerry, where Gerry said, well, I sent him up to the apartment to help Kate. He was gone for about 30 minutes. So 3 different inconsistencies, 3 different stories. And why did he have to go up to the apartment to help Kate? My opinion is that Maddie was unresponsive. She was unconscious or something like that, or worse. And maybe David had to help with the body. Okay? Now later on, during the Portuguese police investigation, there was a cadaver dog named Eddie. Eddie made several hits inside that apartment. And if you know what kind of sense that the cadaver dogs are trained to pick up on. And they picked up on deceased humans in that apartment. That cadaver dog also picked up a scent in the vehicle that the McCanns rented several months later. It picked it up. So there are red flags all over this. My theory is that, I kind of wonder if Gerry even went down to the tennis courts. I don't think he did. That's just my opinion. He was a doctor, and I believe Kate was as well. There was some blood in the apartment, which may have come from trying to intubate Madeleine. I think that Gerry tried to revive her. She never left that apartment alive, in my opinion. Why else would a cadaver dog pick up a deceased body scent? And this is all stuff that's coming out now. I did a reading on this not years ago, but quite a while ago on an old channel that is now just a celebrity channel. And when I researched the case, none of this stuff was there. And this was maybe 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, I think. So all this is coming out, and I'm seeing information coming out in the media and on YouTube over the past month or so. There's been things coming out. So these are some new things coming to light. Originally, there was another man named Christian Bruckner. He was from Germany. He had a place nearby, actually probably in eye-shot view of the villa. He was a convicted child abuser. You know what I'm talking about. And he was seen walking around the villa at some point in time prior to Madeleine being reported missing. So he was an easy target, in my opinion, to pin this on him. When he went back to Germany, I guess he was arrested on this and was being brought up on charges. So today, I want to look into a few things with the cards to see if we can get some answers. Okay, I just kind of want to try to understand what happened to Madeleine McCann on May 3rd, the night of May 3rd, 2007. And I forgot to mention that there was actually fresh scent on Kate's clothing. The cadaver dog smelled fresh, not just deceased human scent, but fresh deceased human scent. So all very, very suspicious. Anyhow, let's see. Let's just ask Madeleine, what happened to you that night? See if she'll come through. Madeleine, what happened to you the night that you passed away? Strength, Leo energy, very strong, somebody, I'm just hearing strong, wow, family trying to be strong. Why did they need to be strong? This definitely doesn't feel intentional. What this is saying, this is definitely about the family dynamics being turned upside down because of a foolish decision. Somebody took the wrong path. And that strength is, okay, we have to be strong through this. We made a bad decision. Foolish decision. And now I can't wake up. Why is that? Why can't you wake up? Seven of Wands. They're definitely fighting. To no avail. It's like they're fighting to save my life to no avail. So this does feel like an accident of some sort. Temperance in the reverse is something of too much. I can't wake up because I had too much. Too much medication, possibly. The family saying that we got to be strong. We made a foolish mistake. We gave Madeleine too much medication. Now we've got to do what we need to do. And it's feeling like it's not the ultimate ending quite yet. Like maybe she was conscious or something like that from the medication. Under the deck, the Lovers in the reverse. We made a decision that we can't go back from. a bad choice. There is a separation now. The family being separated. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Who's the Queen of Wands? It's somebody who is taking charge. Almost seems like the same woman in the Strength card, the strong one. It's like the woman taking control. That could be the mother. Very ambitious, very confident. Nine of Cups. In true crime, this is not necessarily wish fulfillment. It's overindulgence. And we kind of got an imbalance here. A little bit of too much, a lack of moderation. Here's overindulgence again by the mother. I feel like the mother may have administered something to Maddie that contributed to her not being able to wake up. And that's exactly the way Maddie put it to me. I could not wake up. I tried. I was fighting to try to come back to the surface. I could not get there. I could not come back. Okay. What is this overindulgence? I am trapped. Okay, we're trapped in a situation. Opposite of false is true. Trapped in a situation, yes. I have no freedom. I can't get out. I can't wake up. Truth. Contracts, paperwork. A deal. We're under contract with each other. We're married. That could be the marriage license. We are married. We are in this together. We need to figure out what to do from here. They may have contacted somebody and paid somebody to help them out. Perversion. No way. Solved. The solved is saying, are you kidding me? A contract for somebody, some perverted person, to take the fall and let the case be solved. Am I on the right track with this? Red flag. Yep, there's a red flag. That's a warning. Health issues. Yes, I am on the right track. Biological, chemical, scientific. In the reverse. There were hidden health issues. Health issues that involved chemistry or something scientific that has been hidden. That is the truth. There are red flags, or have been red flags that have been ignored. And it is my confirmation that that's what really happened. And yes, there was a contract with, what you call it? The one that I can't pronounce his last name, Christian. Bruckner or Brocker, whatever. The alleged petty that was in the area. Hey, listen, we'll pay you this much money You take the fall. Witness. There's a witness. Is that David? Is David the witness? Weapon, optical illusion. There is a witness that helped produce an optical illusion, or produced an illusion that makes something look like one thing when it's really another. The weapon is their defense. The weapon an illusion that there was a weapon, an illusion that there was a kidnapping, but a witness who helped produce an illusion to make something look like something else. Healing, recovery, because at this point they knew that Maddie was not going to recover. Hidden or missing, out and wide open. A missing key. Not missing, not hidden. Drama and acting. Yes. This whole thing with this petty was drama, was acting. They knew that Madeleine was not going to recover. I do believe they tried to save her. The blood behind the couch. Let's check that out. Explain the blood behind the couch. Okay. An idea to try to, this is like Ace of Wands is an idea. The world is a cycle. This could even be, if you look at this, the branches, okay, like the veins, the blood vessels in the whole body, closed circuit, right? Okay. What about this? The circular system, the blood system. The Empress, the mother. Something about the blood system, circular system. Could this be the breathing? That something went terribly wrong. King of Swords, somebody upright. This is somebody with a sword. I'm feeling like maybe a scalpel. He couldn't do it. Dropping the burden. Some bad decisions made, but there's something here that they. When you think about this, what does this particular drug do? It, especially in children, sometimes it can restrict the airways and you cannot breathe. The blood, sword, a failed attempt to relieve the pressure to open up the airways. Okay, Mama tried to do a tracheotomy or incubate her. She had the idea, let's try to incubate her. It was a failed attempt to remove the restrictions here and open up the airways. and then the tower happened for the mother, and I believe that was when Maddie passed. What happened next? Coma, stuck in her head. We got a lot of this energy of being stuck. Now mother finds herself, oh my, oh shit, I can face prison. Daddy too. They suspended doing anything. They may have restricted. This is also a blow up. It blew up in her face when she tried to remove the restrictions. Now she needs to look at things. She started looking at things from a different perspective. Not about, hey, I just lost my daughter, but more about self-preservation. Six of Cups. And about the other children. She remembers right now. She knows exactly what happened. Princess of Wands in the reverse. So then there is the bad news that they have to report that their daughter is missing. There's that false narrative. And we have to iron out the details. This is definitely her passing, I feel. That's a higher power here. And they're trying to work out the details. And this is routine also. If you think about it, same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. So there was a break in that routine that night when they did not go. And there's regret of not going to the play area or the rec area. Self-sabotage in the reverse. By not going was sabotage. Hidden self-sabotage. Stranger. There's still something about a stranger. There was a contract. Remember? Hidden, poison, drugs in the reverse. That is what was in her system. A strange substance. They would not have thought during. Well, her body has never been found, I believe. But that's a stranger or strange substances. And there is regrets because I didn't sabotage myself. I sabotaged my daughter by giving her this strange drug and overdoing it. We did this over and over and over again, and now she's gone, exposed. And what's going on right now is there is an exposure. There's a lot of, I couldn't tell you how much I've seen on Madeleine McCann lately. Fear in the reverse. Is that a hidden fear or no fear? No fear of exposure. Because they've got a fall guy. private property. They're not talking. Neither's that guy. They don't have proof he unalived her, allegedly, because there's no body. Political in the reverse. That to me is it's something foreign. It's not, it's like foreign territory. This case has been frozen for 17 years. There's a thaw. There is a thaw coming out and the world is seeing this. I want to get another deck. I'm bringing an old deck out from retirement. I've got two versions of this deck, the Gilded Tarot. One of them is the new version, and this is the original that I've had for years. And it kind of spoke to me today. Take me out of retirement. Use me once in a while, please. This is one, next to the Rider-Waite, this is one of the first tarot decks I ever had. This particular deck is about 20 years old. Yep, I've had the same exact deck, not a replacement, the same deck for about 20 years. A long time. So it's a very, very special deck, and I just felt to call it out. Okay, now I want to see where are things headed now? Because now that there is a thaw, and I would say there's, and that's a good way of putting it, a thaw in the case. King of Cups in the reverse. I don't know, is he retired now? Because Gerry was a doctor, so was Kate. Is there in retirement? The Hierophant in the reverse. I wonder if there's issues coming up in the McCann's marriage. I did not read to see if they were even still together. But there's a break in a commitment. It feels like the father the Hermit coming out. Been hiding this knowledge for a long time because he was committed. He felt obligated to keep the knowledge within. And I almost want to say that now that he's closer to the end of his career, possibly, makes me wonder if he's close to retirement. But there's something here, he's coming out. Or is this being pulled out into the open? Something is coming out about this, about the father. I almost want to say that the father's going to say something. That could also have been that friend David. David Payne. That was the guy that was visiting. That there were 3 different accounts on how long he was at the apartment. Nobody's story was the same. Death in the reverse. Exposing the death, exposing the cause. I think a father's going to come out and speak. I'm wondering if there is a breakup in this marriage. I think of the reading that I did a while back. indicated a split in their marriage in the future. I'm wondering if that's what's happening now. And now the truth coming out. And I think in that other reading, before I knew all this stuff that I said today at the beginning of this video, I felt that the parents should have been held responsible in some way. What is David? David Payne. Okay. Two of Pentacles, the Star, Queen of Pentacles. There was somebody else in that room with them, and it was David Payne. There's an it might be David Payne. Somebody is exposing this after all these years. Why now? Why expose this now? Why expose this now? Ace of Cups. The love is gone. I'm telling you, there's a split up. I don't know whose friend David was, but David's the witness. And he's probably going to end up being the star of the show. But the father is going to say something. Because the father wants to move on with his life. He wants to heal. And he's retiring. Is he going to put all the blame on the wife? 5. There's a break. Being out in the cold. Her body. This is saying that the marriage has gone cold and the father is going to talk and put her out there. Is he going to put all the blame on her? Absolutely yes. He's putting up his wall of defense. He's tired of hiding this all this time. I'm kind of wondering if the father has some bad health as well. We did have that bad health card come up. Chariot, 3 of Cups. And he's going to expose everything. That night, there was a visitor that came in. There was 3 of them in the apartment. They had a night of drinking at their little dinner party. Emperor. And something happened. Now, he's going to say that in front of the emperor, in front of a judge, jury, in front of somebody in charge. Now, there's a reason why this deck wanted to come out, isn't there? I'm wondering if David's going to do, or not David, Jerry's going to do any. Okay, we're taking the blindfold off. We're no longer hiding the truth. There's going to be a bad judgment on this. I just see these 2 laid on the table. Queen of Wands again. In the reverse again. Somebody. And a 3 of Swords. Though the story is she tried to save their daughter. But it was her own negligence. Her own, oh, I can't deal with loud children syndrome that created this mess to begin with. Lady, all I gotta say is if you could not stand children being loud, they're gonna be loud and rambunctious. They're kids. It's just like having a puppy. They're gonna be rambunctious till they learn. If you couldn't handle that, you should never have had kids. That's all I gotta say. So, are there going to be charges brought up against Gerry? Are there going to be charges brought up against Gerry? King of Wands in the reverse again. Yep, he's going down. It's almost like he thought he was going to be offered something if he exposed this. Seems like some kind of offer he thought he was going to get, or a deal he was going to get, he's not going to get. Decision about his independence, an offer about his freedom. He thought he was going to get it. He thought he was going to get immunity. Now there is somebody in this case, I can't remember who, Robert something, possibly getting immunity for his testimony of what he knows about the case. I tell you what, from what I understand, there is a major case being built against the McCanns. Both of them. You know, I think they both need to go down for this. What's the future is, so the mother gave too much. Dismemberment, tearing the case apart, tearing their alibi apart. Stories coming apart. Affair. Cheating. Oh my God. Who was cheating? Mind control. Quiet, stop, not talking. Oh my God. One of these people either I think, allegedly speaking, entertainment purposes only, I'm thinking Kate had an affair with somebody who was a witness to everything that happened, that knows what happened, that could testify. And it was kept quiet, but something is coming out. And world falling apart for Kate. That's where the fallout in the marriage. A line that she crossed. She crossed a line. She made a decision to cross the line. Deep state. Bureaucracy, court. Spouse, partner in the reverse. This is a separation. That's a divorce. Yep, something. This might even have been some kind of politician or somebody of importance that was a witness. Okay, there was some sense of mind control involved with this affair and cheating. And I'm willing to bet it was Kate who had control. And now there's an exposure of all this. And I'm not feeling like that literal word there. I'm seeing the stop and the closed mouth. Mind control being somebody convincing the other person, you got to keep quiet about this affair. If you don't, everything's going to fall apart and you're going to go down with this ship too. Something is about to come For shits and giggles, we'll take my deck out. My new decks will be here on Wednesday, and so this coming week we'll be starting to ship them out. Hopefully I get them all out before I go on my cruise. That's my goal. I am hand making the boxes for them. Same design concept, just all the ugly borders are gone. Okay. Let's see if there's any final thoughts here. Any final thoughts? Runaway. Arrested. Houdini. Interesting. There is going to come down to somebody being arrested. But you know what? It's going to take just one arrest. But somebody's going to be on the run and disappear like Houdini. That's the plan. I'm getting out of Dodge before I'm getting out of Dodge and disappearing before I can be arrested. Karma time. Because karma is catching up with me. Travel. I am getting out of the country. I'm going to hide someplace. And I'm willing to bet it's a country that doesn't extradite. Missing piece, because I hold the missing piece to this. I am guilty of unaliving my daughter. And that's the way I see it. So it's saying I am the missing piece. I hold the answer, the missing piece to what happened that night. I am guilty for unaliving my daughter. Karma is catching up with me. And before I can be arrested, I am going to run away and disappear like Houdini into another country. Authority figure. Who has the authority? Time's up. Hanging, noose, strangling. That's also a part of treason. To another country. I'm out of here. Because the time is up. Time has run out. The authorities are after me for my betrayal, for my lies and my deception. So it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. And you know what? I am just going to leave you there. Thank you for watching. Until next time, you know what it is. Time to drop the mic.